fearless leader and senior director. Ken Edwards, our leadership and organizing manager, who is on a well-deserved vacation, is not here today. Incredible leader. Barbara Beard, our policy organizing associate, who I know is also here. Can't do this without Barbara. Karina Lariz, our incredible organizing program associate, also here. Could not do this without Kari. And of course, Sergio Maldonado, David Helfrich, Josh Farner, our incredible interns representing and carrying their entire states, doing the advocacy that we talked about at the top of this. Again, also incredible parts of the team. So now I'm going to introduce our speaker. Our speaker is another member of our alumni, one of our most prestigious members, if I say so myself. He's an incredible advocate, a former youth specialist, came through this program and has taken it all the way to DC and beyond DC. I'm privileged to get to introduce this gentleman. Please, William Abu, come off mute. We want to hear from you. I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you very much. You got me blushing with all that, but yeah. First and foremost, I just want to congratulate everybody on your success for completing the program of again, the ALC and reaching this stage, and hopefully what is just the beginning of your journey in advocacy and organizing on behalf of us. I myself was a member of the PAC, the Participant Advocacy Council, which was the predecessor to the ALC. It was back in 2022. Simone, Kenneth, everybody was, a big part of my journey. And as Simone was alluding to, since then, a lot of amazing opportunities have presented themselves that I've tried to make the most of, beginning with as a member when I was in the PAC, like I said, the predecessor to AOC, CEO set up an opportunity for myself, other members of the PAC, to speak with our lawmakers. And that was the first opportunity for me to use my voice to try to address the issues that are important to me and hopefully have an impact on them. And the crazy thing was that it actually did. One of our lawmakers on the federal level, Senator, we were speaking with his team, but he actually took on the issue to talk about specifically vital documents and is pushing to have a bill passed to actually make that requirement, a legal requirement for all persons leaving the Federal Bureau of Prisons and whatnot. Also, we did that on the state level. Since then, I've done multiple opportunities lobbying our state representatives here in Michigan and Lansing at our capital. Had opportunity to actually testify before them about the importance of vital documents. That was, I think, early 2022, early 2023. It's been a lot, but from there, again, other opportunities present, joining in and voting drives, helping people get out to vote, get the message out to people to vote, the importance of their vote. My first time voting as well. Also, then after that, I did had opportunity to actually be a member of a panel of other citizen involved persons, through not just with CEO, but with other organizations that we collab with, speaking in front of senators and basically briefing them on the importance of SNAP benefits to returning citizens as a part of our journey as we make that transition to home. And even prior to that, which actually I didn't even know, but Simone, Pam, everybody let me know that as a member of the PAC, or the predecessor to AOC, as I said, wrote a letter about the importance of SNAP benefits in my own personal journey. And they helped me turn that letter into an op-ed. It was published in my name. And from that came these opportunities to speak, these invitations and whatnot, which was crazy to me because, again, just speaking about my own journey, my own issues, and the impacts that these events, these things have had on me, the idea that could sway a lawmaker or help someone else was new to me, and the idea, not just, again, I've spoken before, but the idea that people were listening and that that they understood the importance of it and actually would take action on it, it still blows my mind. But from that, lastly, this was most recently, I believe, April 9th, I was invited to join our president, Sam, in DC, testifying in front of the House of Representatives at Agriculture Committee, invited by the Republicans of all people, but on the importance of SNAP benefits and paid training for returning citizens. You know, the combination, how important the combination is, and just the event itself, being a participant in that, being allowed to participate in that moment was, you know, mind blowing for me. But I guess a cherry on top of that was to actually have one of the lawmakers represented from Alabama actually single me out by name and applaud the journey that he knew it took to come from being incarcerated to now testifying before Congress. You know, it was amazing. And the fact that, you know, my children got to see that, you know, that, you know, whatever stories they heard about the dad, whatever, this is what they're seeing now. This is their dad. And that was, you know, everything for me, you know, but all of that again began with my time with CEO, learning how to advocate, learning how to use my voice. You know, I still have all of the paperwork, all of my slides and everything. I still go through them. And again, just trying to make the most of opportunities when they present themselves, you know. And I want to speak to all of you guys just to let you know that for me personally, I feel like if you see a problem, then you have some responsibility to do something about it. Not meaning you have to do everything, you know, and it's on each and every one of us to decide our level of involvement, our level of advocacy or organizing. But if you see the problem, maybe other people don't see it. So it's on you to speak up or say something or do something or whatever you feel you can do to just make it better. Even if it means just being one less person to contribute to the problem, you know. And my time as CEO, and especially in the advocacy committee, in the advocacy councils and what have you, showed me the importance of our voice. One of the most impactful events on me was early in my time with the PAC. We went to a conference called Free Her. It was put together by an organization out of New York where essentially, I mean, it blew my mind. There's thousands of people, men and women from all over the world. They had chapters in Haiti, in South Africa, in Australia, helping to shut down prisons, helping to bring people home, helping to advocate for people who didn't have anyone else to advocate for them. And the idea that there are thousands of people out there in this space fighting for us, people who are us or who want to help and assist us. You know, again, I just want to match your energy. And I would challenge all of you to do whatever you can to match that energy. You know that you're not alone in your struggle. You know, there are literally thousands of us out here doing what we can every day to make it better for whoever's come up behind us. You know, now, again, your level of involvement, your level of commitment, your level of advocacy depends on you and where you feel comfortable at. But, you know, do whatever you can because it does make a difference. And, you know, I'm living proof of that, you know, because, again, seeing those people do it inspired me. And the idea that I've inspired anybody is insane to me. But, you know, again, if I have, I'm grateful for that opportunity, for that ability. And I would ask all of you guys, you know, as you move forward from here in your local areas, nationally, whatever, just, you know, look for opportunities. If it's something small, joining a letter writing campaign. If it's a state capitol day where you're going to go represent, if there's something going on, some organization, something organizing protest or picket or whatever in your local city, you know, do what you can. I mean, because one of the main things I remember speaking about, I just did like 22 something years, but one of the main things we used to talk about when I was on the yard was we need us out here speaking for us. And CEO gave me that opportunity, and not just the opportunity, but helped me hone my skills so that I could be more impactful and effective doing it. And, you know, I can't say thanks enough for that. Another thing I want to speak on that I learned about, especially in our trip to DC, was the importance of team. Like I saw the impact of our team, of Pam, Kenneth, Simone, Casey, Leah, Nadine, everybody who participated, who sat down with me and Sam and worked on our speech, worked on our word choices. And when we were in front of that committee, I saw the other people on that panel, how in some instances they stepped on their own message, or they didn't have an effective answer. In my mind, I'm like, please ask Sam, because, you know, we worked on this stuff. We were prepared for this stuff, you know, and that comes from having a team that really puts in effort. And, you know, gratefully we have one of those. But like I said, I saw the difference that makes, and whatever your team, you have all of us for sure. I mean, you have an amazing family with, whether you move on from CEO, whatever you do, the AOC, these advocates, we're always going to be here. My personal email is WL777608 @gmail. Hit me up. Anytime. And I just again want to say congratulations to everybody. Let this be the beginning of an amazing story, an amazing journey, because that's what it's been for me. With that I just give it back to you, Simone.
Thank you, Will. Appreciate the words of wisdom so much. I'm gonna pass to my colleague Kadi. I know there's been questions, so I'll pass it over to you for what's next.
Thank you once again. We'll want to go ahead and give you a huge round of applause because that was amazing. That is inspiring words. I do want to open it up to the floor for a few minutes, let's say 3 to 4 minutes, to anybody that has any questions, any comments for Will. If you are, we can go, if you want to drop them in the chat, or if you want to raise your hand, we do have the little hand thing right here you could use, and we'll call on you. You are having a lot of wonderful comments in the chat, so inspiring. Congrats on all your achievements. If you all have any of you have any questions, anything you would like to ask Will, please go ahead and raise your hand and we'll call on you. Thank you for the information they're letting us know in the chat. But once again, thank you, Will. I'll go ahead and be quiet really quick in case anybody wants to ask you any questions. Simone says, are you still voting regularly?
Absolutely. Locally and, in the nationals and all of that, and staying on top of the issues, always looking for new issues, see what's going on. I know with fact, I was talking about reports of vital documents. With my testimony, the testimony of others here in Michigan, our governor, they did put forth a bill. It did get passed because of some technicalities, but we're still pushing for that to get it back on her desk, back in front of her, and Lord willing, get it passed. Just because, again, all of us, we know how important it is to at least have that just to hit the ground running. So, I'm definitely still active and still voting.
I have a question. How important is it for an individual not only to be registered to vote, but to vote?
Again, I think it's everything, especially in this form of government, because, again, if we sit back and complain, what are we doing? And again, this is just my personal view, but I feel like I can't complain if I'm not doing anything about it. If I'm just sitting there watching it happen and I'm not, what's that saying? For evil to succeed, all has to happen for good people to do nothing. So I definitely feel like I have an obligation to do whatever I can. And again, it's not to say you have to fix the whole problem by yourself, but you can be a part of the solution. I try to be that.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else have any questions, comments, anything y'all would like to ask Abu? No? Go ahead, David.
Yes. First of all, thank you for that wonderful, inspirational speech. Every time I see you, especially the first time I seen you out with Sam, and then I stay up on you a little bit here, and then when I see you, I'm just like truly inspired by the things that you do and the changes that you've made. My question would just be simply, what is to come for this next year? What are you guys working on?
Personally, again, staying with CEO, I'm a site supervisor out here in Michigan. I'm Detroit, Pontiac. I stay online looking for opportunities, seeing what's going on. I try to stay in touch with our team, just see if any opportunities come up. I'll tell them all the time, keep me in short list. You know what I'm saying? And again, just trying to be active, whether it's, like I said, sending an email, writing a letter, never thinking anything's too small, and continuously looking for opportunity to step up and be heard.
I love that. Thank you.
For sure.
I will have one question, and I think it's a lot with our alum now that they're alumni. When individuals first testify, how was it for you when you first had to testify or tell your story? Was it uncomfortable? How was it for you? Because I know that's one of the things that a lot of our, our participants, they're like, I don't know, do I want to tell my story? And then we have the group that are like shy. Is it even going to work? Is it even going to change anything? What honest opinion on your end?
For sure. Honestly, I'm more nervous now than I was then. But like, oh, for real. But like I said, again, the team, even whether it was lobbying here, going to DC, our team made sure that we had every opportunity to go over the material. And again, for us, it's easy. It's just your life. It's what you already know. It's what you live. And one thing CEO has always emphasized, and I'm so grateful for, because it was my first time kind of seeing it that way, was that we're the experts. We're the ones who spend our lives dealing with this stuff. So we know it firsthand. We know what these policies look like on the ground and how they impact people. And I think from CEO letting me, convincing me and telling me of that, I'm saying, and believing that, definitely gave me the confidence to go there and just tell my story. Just tell, my lived experience. And you can't go wrong. You're not going to forget it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever impact it has, I know that it's, like I said, again, if it's just means not being one more part of the problem, that's impact enough. And that's one less person pushing down on people and trying to push people up, trying to lift people up. That's impact enough. And if anything beyond that, that's just icing on the, a cherry on top.
Thank you. Well, last question, and we do have to move on. Claudia, you have your hand up.
No, sorry, it was an accident. I'm listening in.
Okay, no worries.
Sorry.
Thank you. So we do have to move on. I will go ahead and thank you so much once again. We'll give you a huge round of applause. I know that a lot of us can't come off mute, but a huge round of applause. And I do thank you once again. I will now go ahead and pass it over to Sergio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to Advocacy Leadership Committee graduation. Welcome, alumni. I am Sergio, the California Advocacy intern. I'm an Advocacy Leadership Committee alumni as well. I once was a participant in the ALC cohort for California. I wanted to thank everyone that is here attending, and once again, congratulations. In California Advocacy Leadership Committee, a lot of members attended our Quest for Democracy, which is a day of advocacy that brings hundreds to the California State Capitol and to build solidarity, engage in democracy, and also show our collective power. These events allowed us to act as a constituent of the community that communicates to legislative directives on discussing each bill and to receive the legislator's support. One bill in particular that we discussed was AB 247, which is the increase of wages for incarcerated firefighters. We attended the Assembly bill hearing to show support of the bill with many other nonprofit organizations that support the same bill and continue the same mission that CEO has for this particular bill. Members also attended the Fair Chance monthly public meetings, where the Fair Chance Coalition talked about their bill and different community issues. Members also advocated against Prop 36, which Prop 36 said it would help homelessness and drug addiction, but does the complete opposite. It incarcerates more people and convicts more people of certain drugs and theft crimes, and they could receive increased punishment such as longer prison sentences. In certain cases, people who have possessions of illegal drugs would be required to complete treatment to serve up to 3 years in prison. The whole reason ALC was started was to stop this reoccurrence from happening. We are here to make a change, and we have many other guest speakers that we have talked to during the cohort, such as Pamela Wynn from the Restore Her Act, who talked about AB 923, the California's Women Care Act. Once again, I want to thank everyone for attending. I'm very proud to see everybody here. It's a very exciting day, and congratulations, and continue to advocate for change. I would like to proudly introduce Amy Moss to speak on our behalf.
Unfortunately, I think Amy is not on. I don't think she's on. Can I call on Felicia?
Hi.
Hey, Felicia, can you go ahead and share your experience of how ALC impacted you and what you took away from it?
Yeah, so first I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this class. When it first came up, I wasn't sure that I was going to do it or not. I was kind of like, I was hesitant because I didn't know if I was going to get anything positive or even just in general learn anything. But I'm very glad that I did. It actually brought a lot of knowledge, knowing that my voice matters. Like just it doesn't matter like how much time you do or what happens. The fact that you're incarcerated, it affects you, and our voices really can make a difference. And this being incarcerated and dealing with the whole situation of that doesn't take away from who we are, and it allows us to get our voices back and to be able to make a difference in our cities going forward, because now we have the tools and we have the people and resources that we're able to actually have with us. So I just want to thank you guys again, and it was a wonderful experience, and I would definitely do it again and continue in doing things with advocacy, because it was awesome. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Felicia. Appreciate you being able to jump on last minute and sharing that experience with us. It was great to have you as well. I will now pass it over to David.
Good evening, everyone. Again, my name is David, the Colorado Advocacy intern, and I am an ALC alumni out of Colorado. I'd like to first congratulate everyone for completing ALC and for attending this graduation to celebrate this achievement together. It's a wonderful experience for everybody to take in and use it moving forward. I enjoy watching everybody grow in this advocacy and show their passions, as well as opening up about personal experiences. You all have come a long way in this cohort, and I appreciate each and every one of you. In Colorado Advocacy Leadership Committee, members Jerry Stubbins and I had the opportunity to attend the Civil Rights Lobby Day hosted by the ACLU, and had the chance to speak with Senators Tony Exum and Mark Snyder to discuss HB 25-1147, Municipal Court Fairness and Transparency, as well as HB 25-1146, Juvenile Detention Bed Cap. This was a great experience for us to be a part of this event, not only to gain experience of the inner workings, but also a fresh perspective on what we all have the power to do to make a change. We also had two guest speakers during the cohort, Demetrius from End Slavery, Colorado, who discussed their mission and the win with HB 25-1013, the right for family and community connections. This bill ensures that incarcerated individuals are not denied visits in the Department of Corrections. Also in attendance was Kyle Giddings from Colorado Criminal Justice Reform Coalition, whose mission is to eliminate the overuse of the criminal legal system. I'd like to again congratulate everyone for completing ALC and hope that this experience will push you to continue advocating. And I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Shante Frazier. Ms. Shante Frazier is a peer recovery coach here in Denver, Colorado. Shante is currently working with her therapist as a peer recovery coach in Denver, Colorado. She also works with P2P. I have a recovery rack for people that are returning back into society, is what she says. A lot of people who have no one to reach out to, and I am a person who known what both sides of the coin looks like. Nothing like supporting people who would like to have a life after addiction and prison life. It can happen. You just have to want it. So without further ado, Shante Frazier.
Good evening, everyone. So glad to be here and be with all of you and have this graduation. And like 20 years ago, I wouldn't even know what this even looks like in life. I wouldn't know that there was a me that could be a me. Like, I wish I had me 20 years ago, and then probably none of us would be in this situation right now. But it's good that we have organizations and programs and people like this to actually take their time out to be with people like us, because who else are we going to turn to and be with, and who will understand and meet us where we're at, you know, because I see a lot of people out there struggling. Like right now, you know, you roll down any street now, not, it's not just Colfax, but any street, and you just see people just, you know, out of it, you know, and it's just, it's a sad situation, you know, being gone for 20 years, and I see what society looks like now, and you just kind of scratch your head and you be like, well, how can I give back? How can I be a person to meet a person where they're at and be like, hey, it's okay, you know, we talk about harm reduction and trauma informed and stuff like that, and some people that read out of a book and do whatever it is that they do, they'll never understand what it is to actually be a trauma informed and meet a person where they're at, because they don't understand what it is that we need. And so when I actually started seeing my therapist, he asked me, he was like, I know I can only do so much as a therapist, but you, on the other hand, you have that lived experience. You know how to help a person and understand what they're going through. And like somebody had said, like, we do need to get out there and tell our story, because somebody could be dying in silence and nobody knows it. Nobody understands what is going on. And so once we put our story out there, that's going to help another person actually grow and start talking about what happened in the past. And because I know I have lived with stuff since 3 years old, and I never talked about it, and it was killing me on the inside because I didn't know how to get it out there. So what do? You turn to drugs and alcohol. You turn to the things that are not right for you. You turn to the things that could get you possibly killed. But you start hearing other people's story, and so that'll make you have the courage to say, hey, I want to get this off my chest. I want to be able to hear people and see people where they're at and understand that I'm not the only one who's going through this. So it's a lot for a person to hear just 3 sentences of someone else's life that could change their life. And so, you know, I'm just glad to have this opportunity, working with P2P. They've been rolling with me since day one, empowerment and second chance, you know. And how I got Advocacy Leadership Committee, I was sitting in church and my care manager sent me a text and was like, hey, I want you to do this. And, you know, it wasn't even a second thought, because if I do it once and I like it, I'll do it 10 more times. If I don't like it, I won't ever do it again. And I think that's kind of something how we have to live life. If it's good and healthy for you, keep doing it. If it's not, nip it in the bud and leave it alone. And so with that, yeah, I do have a recovery rack down there at P2P for people that are getting out of prison, because I know a lot of people get out of prison. They don't have family, they don't have friends, they don't have nothing. And so when you come to the recovery rack, I'm in there. You can get you some clothes, get you whatever you need, get some encouragement, be able to, you know, you might came in there feeling like a penny. You might walk out feeling like $1 million. But that's what I encourage. I encourage people to keep living. There's no reason to stop living. We all have something to live for. And if we don't find that little tiny nudge and that little tiny help, who knows what the next day is going to be like? Who knows what the next minute's going to be like? You just never know, you know? Every day is a different struggle for me, you know? And like last week, I went to go get my permit, and it was a whole big old thing. I'm slinging snot in the DMV, and it's things like that where we have to step aside, step out of ourselves, and understand this is just a part of life, because we've been locked up for so long. Like the average people would be like, all right, well, this, well, that. But for us that are getting out, we don't know. We don't know how to live in a society that already thinks that we're prisoners, we're criminals, we're convicts, we're this and we're that, and we're never ever going to be anything else. Y'all just didn't get caught. We got caught. So, it's been a real privilege to be able to sit in these classes with everyone and join and understand that there is a life outside of prison. There is a life outside of addiction. We can't let our past define who we are today. So, I appreciate everything that everybody has done for me. My team at a Second Chance over there in Aurora. I love all of you, and I'm just, I'm excited for, what's getting ready to happen with everybody else. You know what I mean? I appreciate this opportunity to have a chance to speak. And so that's all I got. It's probably more than what it should have been, but that's what I have for y'all.
That was great. Thank you so much, Shante. I appreciate it. And it was amazing having you in the class. I loved all the power that you brought in when we would ask questions. You would ask questions as well. Thank you. Thank you for the knowledge and all the amazing spirit that you brought in every class. You were always on point, making sure that you were sitting there sharing your information and what you wanted to advocate for. Thank you. Thank you once again. And with that, I want to give you a round of applause for participating with us. I will go ahead and pass it over to Josh.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joshua, and I'm the New York Advocacy intern. And I want to start by extending my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of the ALC graduates. And to the New York cohort, it has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to share this journey in space with all of you. So once again, congratulations to everyone. Our time in ALC has been marked by impactful events and insightful guest speakers. We had the opportunity to learn from Alyssa Bradley, who's from CEO's Investment and Building team, who educated us on the Reentry Assistance Bill and the crucial process of how a bill becomes law. We also heard from Caroline Henson from New Hour, who highlighted the importance of the Women's Care Act and the necessity of its passage. So by learning those things, we also had the opportunity to actively participate in an amazing rally for Resolution 371 on the steps of City Hall. This resolution urged state legislators to pass the Reentry Assistance Bill, which aims to provide a monthly stipend to individuals returning from state incarceration. We then had the privilege of witnessing the city council hearing and vote on Resolution 371, which passed on June 11th, 2025, a testament to our collective advocacy. Our journey also included Better Reentry Day, an inspiring event where members met with legislative officials and shared their personal stories to drive change. We rallied at the Community Not Cages event in Albany, advocating for investment in communities over punitive incarceration. And finally, we stood in solidarity at the Women's Care Act rally in Albany, demanding dignity and respect for incarcerated women during pregnancy. It is because of our collective efforts and unwavering dedication that the Women's Care Act was passed on June 10th, 2025. And now, I have the pleasure of introducing Ms. Tia Hopkins, who is currently a bike mechanic at Bike New York and a participant out of New York. She was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Tia has been very grateful for all the opportunities that have been given to her. Those opportunities have helped her to become successful. And as she says, to be successful, you need to be positive, ambitious, and motivated. And Tia showed a lot of ambition and advocacy power during the Advocacy Leadership Committee. So with that being said, we'll hear a few words from Ms. Tia Hopkins.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to start off my story because I'm kind of a little different situation that still leads me to the same places. I grew up in a house, mother, father, never knew what food stamp was, Never had that privilege of getting any kind of assistance for a state of anything because my mother and father took care of all 10. I'm the oldest of 10 kids. But I was rebellious, very rebellious. My mother was church strict, then got tired of church, so negativity, that's what I was into. Rebelliousness and negativity. That's what I was about. I thought I was gonna be a rude girl my whole life. That's what I really thought I was. Till reality woke me up when I first went to prison. And when I went there and landed in prison, my mother told me that was nothing she was going to be involved with. So I was on my own. I was young and dumb then. This time around, different situation. Could have handled it a little different, but the outcome wasn't the same. Um, but in my heart, I felt I was right. Justice didn't feel like I think morally I was right, but for the justice system, it landed me in jail. I want to also start with CEO, who has helped me and guided my path to get a job. I struggled to look for my own job because I know they had the background to help me and everything, but I just didn't want anything to make them as well look bad. So I had to push for the gusto for myself as well and find my job. And I got what I wanted, and I'm good with that. Also, along the way, I was being nosy and came across the ALC eavesdropping in somebody else's conversation. So I really wanted to see what ALC really was about. I ended up in AOC, which has really been on my back right now because they have helped me broaden my mind into a place where I think I need to really be because everywhere I go, I demand respect. I demand attention. I could shut down a room. I have a lot of followers. I can make people listen. I can make people move. And to do this with the ALC is moving somewhere in a positive direction for me, as well as learning what the input of them that they have given me, build into me to build my base, my pyramid of engagement, my commitments, my interest, my participation, my awareness. They have brought all of that up on me, and it makes me want to bring that up on the world right about now. You know, so I'm a formerly incarcerated individual. Yes, I have been impacted. It haven't been a, in my case, it haven't been very much of a downfall because sometimes when you're at the lowest, you can make things very better. And every time I'm low, I make things better. I'm almost completing my associate's degree. I will be finishing that off in September, and I'm looking for a bachelor's. I also want to get inside the jails with the younger youth because they need a lot of help right now because these kids are going to deteriorate in our world if we don't stand up for the kids right now. That's in our jail system. They will be lost. And that's what I'm worried about. I have so much passion now to change the criminal justice system that I'm gunning for it right now. So thank you, everybody, for letting me talk because right now, everyone who has been impacted criminally, mentally, as well as emotionally, has a story to tell. And if we all could come together and tell our stories, just hopefully, we can just impact and change our society. Thank you, y'all.
Thank you so much, Tia. Appreciate all the words, and I appreciate every single one of you that were able to come in and share. So once again, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for completing the Advocacy Leadership Committee. So as we close out this graduation, I do want to go ahead and leave you all with some links. Really quick, I'm sorry, my thing is freezing. Here we go. Once again, congratulations. Let's go ahead and come off mute and give you all a round of applause. But before we end, I do want to open up the floor and leave it open for any comments. Anybody has any questions, if you want to congratulate anybody, if you're dropping anything in the chat, I do want to leave it open. If you have any questions for any of our speakers, anything, please go ahead. You can either raise your hand, go off mute. So my first hand raised was Terrence. Go for it.
Yes, hi. I apologize to everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? All right,
Yes, we
I
can hear you.
apologize to everyone. I ran late. I apologize and I missed most of it, but I want to congratulate everyone. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank everybody for letting me participate with the group. And I really enjoyed it to the fullest. And just thank everybody.
Congratulations to you as well, Terrence. You're part of our alumni, so congratulations to you as well. So
Yes,
thank you for joining. Even though you were a bit late, we
thank
do
you.
appreciate you joining. I know that a lot of you have work and
Yes.
everything, so I do appreciate you joining.
Thank you. Mary just told me
Cheryl, you have
All
any?
right. Thank you guys.
No problem. Thank you,
Yeah,
Terrence.
just want to say,
Cheryl,
just want to say
Cheryl.
thank you and congratulations.
Congrats.
Yes, just want to say thank you and congratulations. Hold on. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations to everybody.
All right. Thank you, Terrell. Congratulations to you as well. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you,
wait,
everyone.
everybody, before everybody goes, I like to thank everyone for being a part of all these cohorts, and to see everyone grow is really amazing. And to see that everyone loves to advocate and use their voice now. Remember, you guys are making a change. It takes all of us, it takes a village to make a change. And that being said,
You have a
I'm
dad
gonna
joke
leave.
today?
Yes, that's what I was getting to. So
Hold on really quick, Sergio, before you give your joke. I just dropped two links in
Not
the
funny, mother.
uh, I just dropped two links in the chat, y'all, that in case any of you would like to stay in touch and are up to date with us on any work that the organizing team is still currently doing. I dropped a link for you to sign up for updates, and I also dropped the link for a letter of recommendation if it's needed. Please make sure that you all, if needed, if you need a letter of recommendation, click on the link. We'll go ahead and get you that letter of recommendation, and subscribe so you can stay updated with all the work that we're doing. And in the near future, you are alumni. Remember, you're alumni, so we will be reaching out to you in case we need any support, assistance, whatever. You know the work now. You know what we are asking for. You know how to tell these stories. You know how to advocate more than most individuals right about now. You are our alumni, so we will be reaching out to y'all. So be ready for that, especially in the next session. And once again, congratulations to all of you. I know you guys are roughly waiting for Sergio's dad jokes, so I'll pass it over to Sergio.
Sorry, we have hands.
Today-
Sorry, Serge. We have
Sorry,
hands.
Sergio. Pause. Joshua, go for it.
Go ahead with your joke, Serge. Go ahead with your
All right.
joke, Serge. It's been a while, Serge.
it's been a while, Leroy. I got you.
All right, y'all. So once again, congratulations to every ALC cohort across the country. And I just want to let it be known, like, I believe in acknowledging and valuing everybody on this call, everybody that stands for what we stand for, regardless of
What the hell? Oops.
Did you freeze, Joshua?
He's frozen.
He got stuck.
I just have
Yeah,
a
I
question.
thought it was
We know where
me.
you're coming from, guys. We know where you're
Fine.
coming from.
Congratulations to everybody. We did it, guys. We made it.
Thank
But
you.
also-
creed, color, sexual preference,
Congratulations.
as long as you are for the
Or anything for
Thank
this?
you.
Karina
Yeah,
or
you guys
Sergio?
are gonna be Kalia, you're gonna be receiving your certificates by the end of this week. You guys were our last class, so you guys should be receiving them by the end of this week.
Awesome. My mom's in here, so I just want to say, Mom, I'm adding to that collection of certificates. Yeah.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Kalia, Long, for
And then
joining us.
one more thing.
That's
Karina,
right.
can you send the links that you sent in the chat? Can you email them to us also? Because once they're out of the chat, we won't have access to it.
We
I
won't.
got you. I'll make sure.
Thank you so much, Karina. Congratulations, guys.
No problem.
You too.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Joshua,
All right,
hold on,
Karina.
everybody.
Good seeing you
Joshua.
again. Take care.
Congratulations, Kalea. I am proud of you. Keep it up, and I'm waiting for your certificate.
Oh, how sweet. Monster. Thank you, guys.
Joshua, you ended up freezing halfway through your
Joke.
speech.
Oh no, I just
I'm
was
super
congratulating
excited.
everybody and explaining that I believe in acknowledging everybody, regardless of race, whether you were in jail, out of jail. We all are fighting for the same thing. And the ultimate goal is to change the criminal justice system for the brothers and sisters that are coming behind us so they don't have to face the barriers that we face. I thank everybody for attending. Thank you for your participation. And I wish you the best in any endeavor you go forward in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Congratulations,
Like
everybody.
Josh, thank you, man.